Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better. Who do it better?
At this point, you have to consider the possibility that the Indiana Fever are in on the plot to destroy Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White is...
What have I been saying, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know how loud you can hear that, but what have I been saying? That very thing right there. Stephanie White, Indiana Fever, is then on the plot to destroy Caitlin Clark. Now, again, I haven't watched Jason Whitlock shows or nothing he been saying since he said Caitlin Clark was flopping and so on and so forth. When Connecticut's Sun tried to jump her, right? 3 players of the Connecticut Sun tried to jump her in a sense. He came out and said some nonsense. I ain't watched this stuff since. I used to watch his stuff daily because he used to think and talk and say a lot of things that I felt, and seen things how I've seen things. And when he said that, I'm like, now, there's too many times you're doing this flip-flop with Caitlin Clark, and one too many. All right, he got too many times. But he's still a fan of her. And he still know the inside and the outsides of this entertainment industry because he was in this entertainment industry. ESPN to be exact. And he understands behind the scenes and the powers that be and how they can control things, push narratives, agendas, so on and so forth. So let's take a listen, man. Let's take a listen. Go back one more time.
Hey, at this point, you have to consider the possibility that the Indiana Fever are in on the plot to destroy Caitlin Clark.
Have to
Stephanie
consider.
White is an idiot, should be fired. This woman played Ari McDonald 18 minutes in the first half. 3 weeks ago, Ari McDonald wasn't on a WNBA roster. The entire Fever roster is healthy. And Ari McDonald plays 18 minutes in the first half, throws Caitlin Clark and the chemistry between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston completely out the window. They get beat by 19 points by an expansion team at home. There is a...
Again, too, Ari McDonald, love you, Ari. You ain't got nothing to do with this. This ain't got nothing to do with you, baby. You love your game, love your tenacity. We need you, honestly. But not in the starting lineup. Not at all. In 18 minutes in the first half, that is outrageous. Because it's like, are you the main player on the team? It's only 40 minutes total in the game, and you play 18 minutes, or you play every minute except for 2 minutes in the first half. You only came out of the game with 1 minute in the first quarter and 1 minute in the second quarter type shit? Or you just played all the way through and came out the last 2 minutes left in the second quarter? That's what it's like. Yeah, we trying to make her a primary player? Now, again, I understand she is a hella fine player, and we need her. That's the type of player I want on my team to win championships for sure. Need her. Reiterate that. But not to be the starting lineup, especially when you got Sophie Cunningham and others. I mean, not Sophie Cunningham, but Lexi Hall, who balling. And defensively, she always going to be there. Rebounding, she always going to be there. That's something rebounding-wise that Ari McDonald struggled at. But that's neither here nor there. Let's let them keep going.
Plot to destroy Caitlin Clark, and Stephanie White and the Indiana Fever might be in on it. They just laid down, did not play. Stephanie White, someone needs to walk her into a room and say, hey, look here, baby girl, I know you and Lisa Salters got this thing going on, but Ari McDonald is not Lisa Salters' daughter. That's not her niece. That's not her daughter. That's not a baby version of Lisa Salters. Yeah. That's a woman that should be lucky she's on a WNBA roster. Ain't no way she should be in our starting lineup. This is a joke and a disaster of a season. I don't know if it's fixable. They all hate Caitlin Clark.
Listen, again, I don't agree with his stance on Caitlin Clark flopping and all of that, but in that right there, I've been saying this, man. The sabotaging of Caitlin Clark comes from the top. And the Indiana Fever, when I say the top, that's the powers that be, man, who run in the entertainment industry. They don't want this young lady to succeed for whatever reason, okay? But it's easy to see they don't want her to succeed because they're trying their darndest to knock her at every turn. And on one aspect is the coach, on another is now the GM, you hiring and signing players that just came here to BS us. And it ain't like surprise. Like we knew the player is tied to another player, Aaliyah Thomas, who has a problem with me, Caitlin Clark, and our fans, our franchise. So you should have been iffy and skeptical on that before you signed DeWanna Bonner. Like, are you really what? Why us? You really want to? Unless she sold you that good, she sold us all. Because never in a million years would I think a professional basketball player would just quit on their team in the beginning of the season after 2-3 games and just I'm out. That's wow. And on the fact that so you got that happening, and then you hired Stephanie White, who cried her way out of the Connecticut Sun, out of her contract. She was under another year contract. She's supposed to be with the Connecticut Sun right now. If she was the coach, she has a contract with the Connecticut Sun. They just let her out of her contract with no stipulations. No, okay, we'll let you out your contract freely, all free. And you can, but it's supposed to be some stipulations. You can't go sign with another team right after we let you out. That's crazy work. We're letting you out the contract, not because we don't want you to coach here, not because we're firing you, but because you're saying you're not mentally capable of handling coaching us this season. So we're going to give you grace, give you space, and let you go handle what you need to handle your candle. But no, you turn right around and you go right to the Indiana Fever. Crazy work. But that's what they're doing. So the sabotaging of Caitlin Clark is definitely all around. The referees just tuck their whistle. We keep seeing the hand checking, the pushing, the grabbing, the pulling, the scratching, the scraping, the crawling. It's all crazy. It's all crazy. But let me know what y'all think about this Caitlin Clark being sabotaged by the Indiana Fever on top of the WNBA in general. Do you think so too as well? Like myself, now sounds like Jason Whitlock has jumped aboard just being Frank boat. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.